This spinoff hasn't even aired yet, and it's already surrounded by confusion, controversy, and some seriously questionable decisions. What was supposed to be the next chapter of the secret lives of Mormon wives is now leaving fans asking one simple question: what is this show even supposed to be anymore? And once you see what's happening behind the scenes, you'll understand why people think this could fall apart before episode 1. It all started at Hulu's Get Real event, where the network finally revealed the new Orange County spinoff cast. On paper, it looked like a huge moment: new city, new moms, fresh drama. But the second the cast walked out, something felt off. Instead of a tight-knit group like the original series, this felt like a bunch of influencers thrown together at the last minute, and fans noticed immediately. But that wasn't even the weirdest part, because what came next made things even more confusing. The cast itself quickly became the first source of chaos. You've got big names like Aspen Ovard and Avery Woods, both with massive followings and years of online presence, so naturally, expectations were high. But then things got messy. One name, Bobby Alto, wasn't even announced on stage with the rest of the cast.
I'm so excited to introduce you guys to the Secret Lives of Mormon Wives, Orange County. Woo! Yeah, baby. Please welcome Aspen Ovard, Avery Woods, Salome Andrea, Chandler Higginson, Ashley Peace, Madison Botempo, and Macy's sister, McCall DeProne. Woo! Come on! Look how hot they are!
Yet, she later showed up filming with them anyway. That instantly had people asking whether this was planned or if something changed at the last second, because that kind of rollout doesn't just happen randomly. It made the entire project feel unstable, and that's when fans started asking a much bigger and more uncomfortable question. Wait, are they even Mormon? That's where things really started to spiral. Multiple cast members, including Aspen, have openly said they're not actually part of the Mormon faith. Aspen herself has talked about growing up in Utah but not being religious, and she's not the only one. So now fans are looking at this show and realizing this isn't really about Mormon wives anymore. It's starting to look more like a generic influencer reality show using the name for attention, and that kind of identity confusion can quietly destroy a show before it even finds its audience. But the tension doesn't stop there, because the real issue might be what these influencers are choosing not to share. Unlike the original cast, these new moms are a lot more guarded. The first season exploded largely because of how open and chaotic everyone was, especially Taylor Frankie Paul, whose personal life basically fueled the entire show. But this new group has built their brands on control, carefully curated content, polished lives, and filtered stories. Now fans are wondering what they're not saying. There's already buzz online about Aspen's personal life, with rumors suggesting she might open up about her divorce and her current relationship situation, but nothing is confirmed. And that uncertainty is exactly what's driving curiosity, because if they stay quiet, the show could feel fake, but if they open up, that's where things could get explosive. And then there's the absence that really got people talking: Jen Affleck. She was supposed to be the bridge between the original cast and this new spinoff, the familiar face that ties everything together. And yet, she wasn't at the event at all. No big introduction, no group photos, nothing. That immediately raised eyebrows, especially since she was active around that time and even posted something emotional that had fans reading between the lines.
Been a lot of my life that has just been, I don't even know, been a lot for the last few years. I've also had people asking if I'm going to share the girls, and I'm not. I think that for the past few years, I've found it really hard to share about my life in my own content. It's kind of hard to like produce your life in that way because it just has felt, I don't know, I haven't known how to do it. I haven't known what to say. I haven't known how to, I don't know. This kind of feels like a good opportunity to share different parts of my life in a different way, where I'm not having to set my phone up like this and record myself. It's more letting the cameras into like what's going on. Obviously, I feel like I'm talking to you guys. I feel like I'm actually talking to two different groups of people right now. I feel like I'm talking to my girls who have like, been here for a long time, and then I know there's other new eyes on me since the show was announced yesterday. So hi to anyone who's new. I don't know. I just feel like already so far been kind of freeing in a way. I know it sounds weird when it's like trusting reality TV to like help you share your life and your story and just like hoping you don't get screwed over somehow. I don't know. Does that make sense? It's like, even though it's reality TV and it's produced, it's feeling a little bit easier for me to like be natural about sharing my life versus me setting up my phone and having to figure it all out like on my own versus letting people in to film things that are happening or conversations. I hope that makes sense. We'll see. We'll see if after this all happens, I'm like, wait, no.
Now, to be clear, there's no confirmation anything is wrong, but people are definitely speculating, because when the one person meant to connect everything is missing, it makes you wonder what's really happening behind the scenes. And she's not the only one adding to the uncertainty, because the situation surrounding Taylor Frankie Paul is getting even more confusing. At first, reports claimed she wouldn't be returning for filming. Then, suddenly she responded saying that's not what she was told. So now, nobody really knows what's true. Is she in the show? Is she out? Or is production changing direction midway? That kind of mixed messaging is never a good sign, and it suggests something bigger might be happening behind the scenes that they're not fully explaining yet. At this point, the spinoff doesn't just have one issue, it has multiple problems stacking on top of each other. A cast that doesn't fully fit the concept, missing key figures, unclear storylines, and a fan base that's already divided before the first episode even drops.
Yeah, I fear Hulu has officially lost the plot with this one. The Secret Lives of Mormon Wives Orange County spin-off cast has been revealed, and I have a lot of questions. First of all, are any of these women actually Mormon or even religious or were Mormon at some point? Before we get into that, here's the cast. We've got Avery Woods, Bobby Altoff, Madison Bontempo, Aspen Ovard, and Salome Andrea. Then the lesser-known names are Chandler Higginson, Ashley Peace, and Macy's sister, McCall DePron, who looks exactly like Macy. So yeah, it's giving influencer lineup, which brings me back to my question: why is this still called Secret Lives of Mormon Wives? If we're already doing a spin-off, why not just rebrand it to something like Secret Lives of Influencer Moms or TikTok Moms of Orange County? Because at this point, we've lost the plot a little bit. And listen, I know the premise of the show was never like groundbreaking, so maybe I'm just nitpicking, but I don't love that a lot of these are already established influencers, especially the whole LeBrant adjacent family channel child exploitation side of YouTube, like Madison Bontempo being in this lineup. Also, no Jen, which is interesting because a lot of people assumed she'd be part of this spinoff. Now, don't get me wrong, this is probably going to do numbers. These women are messy, we know that, and people are going to tune in. Personally, I kind of wish they went back to what made the original cast work, where yes, some of the girls like Taylor had followings, but they weren't mainstream yet. It felt more real. But I don't know, I guess we'll see how it all plays out. What do you guys think about this cast?
Instead of feeling like a natural evolution, this feels more like a forced rebuild, and those rarely go smoothly. So now the real question is this show about to surprise everyone, or is it already falling apart before it even begins? Because right now, fans aren't just curious, they're skeptical. And in reality TV, that can either create massive hype or completely destroy momentum, and we're about to find out which way this goes.